Hey, what's up? So, another day of accountability. I just thought I should do it now because I am tired. So, last time we mentioned segmenting it into two parts, right? And today I'd like to, per se, touch on the three pillars I mentioned, right? Which is declaration, narrative, and thought train. So, obviously, with the software development, the declaration is to become a front end developer by January. The narrative is that I am improving my software development skills while web development skills. Nah, one and the same thing, could be interchangeable. But yeah, I already have skills, but I am not fully what I'm supposed to be. The aim of the game is to become a full stack developer. But first things first, we need to focus on what it is that I am capable of doing and acknowledging the skills that I do have and bridging that gap towards becoming the first thing, which is a front end developer. Nah? Cool. So, declaration, front end developer. Aim of the game, full stack web developer. Nah? Okay, sure. And then that's the narrative now. So, with that being said, now the thought train. I believe the thought train is to always improve the skills as well as push projects. The thought train is to get into the environment. The thought train is to really, get into the lifestyle. And where's this thought train going towards? It is going towards the startup culture, the tech industry. That's it. Because I feel like it's very necessary to get to that point, especially within these last plus minus, less than 6 years. Yeah, let's just say about 6 years. Aim of the game is to really do that. You feel me? So that's it. How did it go today? In terms of the software developer, yeah. Well, one article that I read that I will put a link to was on JavaScript and inheritance versus value. Okay, yeah, it's reference versus primitive assignment. Pardon me if that's the wrong word. Well, basically, one, right, is like, okay, A equals B, right? So with that being said, A has its own value, right, stored in the memory, and B has its own value stored in the memory, right? So with that being said, yeah, that's an assignment. That's how you assign A equals B. It's not really the same thing. Hence, later on, you could change B, right, to a different value, such as 3, right? Let's just say A at the beginning was 2, and then you're like A equals B, so B is also 2, nah? But let's just say you switch up A or you switch up B, right? It doesn't mean that it'll change both the values to, per se, another number like 5. Cool. Hopefully that made sense. And then, unlike when it comes to reference, which is mostly done with objects, if I'm not mistaken, and arrays, let me know if I'm incorrect, but definitely objects. When it comes to that, references, right, are almost like assignments. Okay, you could be like, okay, cool, A equals B, right? Just an example. But here we're working with objects, not just primitive value types. By primitive value types, I mean Boolean, true, false, numbers, strings, and so forth. Those types. There are 5 primitive data types. I forgot all of them. Well, I forgot some of them, but hey, cool. Unlike with reference, right? Cool, we're working with objects, sure. So with that being said, they all point towards the same thing. A equals B, right? You store that in memory, right? So what's going to happen is that the memory that both A and B access is the same thing. It isn't a different thing. It isn't a copy. It's the same thing. So when you change A or you reassign B, it'll both change. So that was pretty interesting. I read up this article trying to solve question 6. I believe it's number 6, right? If you count it, it'll be like number 6 on functional object, functional programming. And I was honestly lost. So cool. I did shoot my shot and I got it wrong. And I just decided to continue. I only did 3 exercises instead of 5. So that right there was like, whew, a blow to the gut. Because, yeah, I was napping today. I was busy with family. I was late to the gym. I was being an uncle. I was just living life. You know what I'm saying? In between reading the articles, trying to get things done, I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm just there like, at least I'm making some sort of progress. And I acknowledge the progress that I'm making. And I guess I'm hoping that this can bring value to someone out there to be like, yeah, this is the frustration that we face. And honestly, I'm kind of understanding, okay, cool, this is my approach to really making this count is let me just grasp something, share it with the world, understand that, okay, cool, tomorrow let me aim to grab some sort of valuable thing, share it again, even if it isn't perfect, but like come back to my senses and be like, okay, sure, how can we improve tomorrow? And I guess me reading all these extra articles kind of does help. And I've started writing in my notes as to how to solve this problem that I have. Because, okay, let's say I continued on to per se maps, right? Array.prototype.maps. Nah, I can't even tell you what it's about. I forgot. I really forgot. So we went from maps, we also did splice or whatever. And I'm just there like, bruh, like this destructuring, destructuring is I forgot it. I did all these exercises. I was doing well. I did well at it. But I forgot, another application in terms of, okay, cool, how to add values, your push, your splice, your index of, all of that stuff. I forgot. Which is one of the reasons why I'm doing the Odin project, because I'm like, I need practicality while doing this so that I can remember it. Because there's a difference between when you're doing all the exercises, cool, then you move on to the next thing, then they're like, hey, yeah, start applying it. Then they're like, I was overwhelmed and forgot. And then when you see the answers, you're like, oh, I missed out on this step or that step. So I'm really trying to account for it and actually do the projects as well, because I noticed that actually at this rate, yeah, it isn't like HTML. Like I haven't grasped it fully, but at least I've grasped it enough to know where my mistakes are and what to improve. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue reading these additional articles and making sure that in the Odin project, I catch up to where I'm at in JavaScript so that I can actually apply it and really, get the grasp of it, start speaking, because it's a language, you feel me? Yeah, instead of just learning phrases or, these little rules, but then I'm just there like, I can't write poetry. Nor can I write instructions. No. So that's that in terms of free code camp. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, what I'm going to do, I'm going to learn about destructuring. Learn about arrow what? Yeah, arrow types, arrow functions, arrow something, you feel me? Yeah, because, I'm just going to touch on that. And then, just focus more on Odin Camp. After I'm done with those articles, definitely I'm going to focus on Odin Project, pardon me, not Odin Camp, Odin Project, the Odin Project, and just catch up where my knowledge base is, where I start to see that, okay, this is where I actually got shaky Because right now we're talking about variables. All right, cool. You can declare a variable with var, right? So with that being said, okay, cool, there's var now, which is like old school. And then you get let. And then you get const. With const, right, which means constant, is that it won't change. And then with let, it's like var with a little extra. I forgot that extra. I need to go through my notes. I'll go through my notes, get back to you tomorrow. So with that being said, I'm just like, all right, cool. Oh yeah, plus I noticed that, okay, cool, in the free code camp, when we were changing this array, right? Or we're getting a value, or let's just say we're turning this into a pure function. Now, supposedly pure functions are like, okay, cool, it's like this mathematical, it's like, yeah, we're making functions mathematical. What you have as the parameters, you're going to be using inside your function, right? When you're doing the shandies in the brackets. This is my ignorance. So pardon me, bear with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay, cool. It's like functions in math when we used to do math, the instructions. So, I understand when math and programming kind of connect. And I'm just there like, okay, cool. That helped me reading up on Google. I guess Google is your best friend, So, aim of the game right now is to just touch base and obviously just peruse through the Odin project, but also like really get the additional, because they link articles now. They link articles to other sites, and that's great. That's amazing. Okay. So with that being said, aim of the game is to just go through all of that, have an understanding of it, apply it, and catch up with Free Code Camp in terms of JavaScript, and then really, get it in. I feel like I'm close. I'm close to like really grasping it. You see, because I've gotten to the point. It's like it's not completely dark. When I'm lost, I know where did I get lost. What do I need to practice? The only problem is that I'm not. Yeah, I just need to practice. Honestly, yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. So yeah, with the Odin project, that's what's up. I am doing the fundamentals of JavaScript. I skipped every other fundamental because I'm like, honestly, I'm here for JavaScript. I'll do the other stuff later or whenever, but I'm here for JavaScript. I'm here for these projects. Once I understand JavaScript, then I know that, whew, yo, thank the Lord. I feel like that'll be like a quarter of the work done, knowing that I've grasped my first programming language. I'm comfortable. I know how to talk to this computer. It's good. It is good. We're making progress at last. So yeah, where we at? Yeah, that's what's up with the Odin project. I'm just gonna go through that. And yeah, tomorrow touch on fundamentals 2. I haven't finished fundamentals 1, but I feel like tomorrow I'm just gonna, after reading that article, just dedicate more time to the Odin project and see if I can catch up by the end of this week, if not the end of next week, and put